Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and I am going to work on a new moon in Pisces spread for you, as the new moon happened last night, okay, or if you're watching this on the 23rd, after I post this. But anyway, the new moon in Pisces is a time to let your imagination run wild and dream big. So tap into that intuition and set your intentions to bring your visions to life. So it's going to be a 6-card spread. I'm going to look at what big dream do I want to bring to life? How can I nurture my imagination every day? How can I connect more deeply with my intuition? What activities will bring me into a flow state? What new creative projects am I called to begin now? And what is my highest intention for my spirituality? And Biddy Tarot is the one that provided this spread for me. That's who also trained me when I started learning, the tarot cards. So let's get started. Okay, so for the new moon in Pisces, what big dream do I want to bring into life? And this reading is going to be a general reading for all signs. So what big dream do I want to bring to life? What is the big dream for everybody to bring into life? What is that big dream? What is that big dream that I want to bring to life? And that comes up as the Knight of Vessels, the eel. How can I nurture my imagination each day? How can I nurture my imagination? We're only going to do one card. We're not doing 6 or 7. How can I nurture my imagination each day? Comes up 9 of Arrows, dedication. How can I connect more deeply with my intuition? That's the 9 of Vessels, and generosity. What activities will bring me into a flow state? Over here. 9 of Stones, tradition. See if I can make this a little bit bigger for you. What new creative projects am I called to begin now? What new creative projects am I called to begin now? We're not doing all those cards. What new creative projects am I called to begin now? Queen of Arrows, the Swan. And what is your highest intention for your spirituality? What is your highest intention for your spirituality? What is your highest intention for your spirituality? The Hooded Man. So I'm going to pull this out here a little bit so you can see all the cards. Move some stuff around here. Okay. So here's the 6 cards, okay, that we talked about. And again, this is a new moon in Pisces. It's time to let your imagination run wild and dream big. And that first question is, what big dream do you want to bring to life? And that's represented by the Knight of Vessels, or the eel. Okay. Now, the Knight of Vessels, the way I like to explain these, as you've seen in the past, knights are kind of like fighters and tacticians. Okay. And Vessels is all about, psychic energy. It's represented by water, so it's emotions. This knight is he wears his heart on his sleeve, so he's going to have a lot of emotional buildup in what's going on. So that big dream that you want to bring to life is going to have a lot of emotion behind it, okay? And it's going to come at you in a form of fashion where you're not going to recognize it. It's going to kind of hit you sideways. And the reason why I say that is because of how the eel kind of slithers through the water, okay? So whatever that dream may be, okay, the other thing that's good to point out too is there's a sword on that rock. I'll pull it in there, right there. There's a sword on that rock. So that knight is ready. That knight is ready for the action that's coming at him, okay? He's ready to be that tactician. He's ready to be that fighter, okay? But he's gonna be very emotional about it, okay? So whatever big dream that you want to bring to life, okay, you're going to have to raise that vibrational level up, okay, for your emotions. In your emotions, you need to keep that in check, okay, but you need to be, do I want to fight about it? Okay, and when I say fight about it, it's like, do I really want to go for it? Okay, or do you want to do it a different form of fashion? Do you want to kind of not sneak up on somebody and take care of it, but do you want to put everything in like your ducks in a row before you make that commitment? How can you nurture your imagination each day? By being dedicated. That's what that 9 of Arrows is talking about. By being dedicated to that dream. When you're dedicated to a dream, things are going to, fall into place really quickly. It's going to be kind of like that synchronicity, whether it's funding, whether it's, going on a trip, okay? When you nurture that, when you're dedicated and you're looking at, plane fares on a trip, bus fares, train fares, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to do, and you talk about it, the more you talk about it and you throw it out there, the universe is going to hear. So that's where, to make that dream come true, you nurture your imagination each day, be dedicated, talking about it. Keep it fresh in your mind. How can you connect more deeply with your intuition? 9 of Vessels. So now we have two vessels here, and as I look at everything else, 2 arrows. But that 9 of Vessels, that generosity, to connect more deeply with your intuition, okay, look within. Look within what's going on within yourself. You're being dedicated to that dream. You're being, you you want to do something, whether it's that trip or whether it's a new house or whatever it is, okay. Be generous with your spirit moving forward. Be generous with, not necessarily your finances or anything like that, but just be generous for who you are. Giving out that love, that spiritual love to people. Because when you start working on things and putting things in place, okay, instead of looking at the negativity around it because it's not happening fast enough, look at that positive aspect, okay? If this happens, then I can do this. If this happens, I can do this. And other people are going to come into your path, okay, to help out with that generosity. Maybe to give you those ideas, maybe to, give you a different perspective on things. Be generous in your spirit because, all of these cups that are in this, okay, not only are they're not overflowing, but they're giving off tremendous energy. So it's radiating out to everybody. Okay, so how can you connect more deeply with your intuition? Just be generous. Be generous in your spirit. Be generous in who you are to others. What activities will bring you into a flow state? The 9 of Stones tradition. Okay. What this is telling me is the activities to get you in a flow state, whatever it is that, you've done traditionally to get you into that zone, to get you into that flow of spirit, go back to it. For me, it's exercise, it's riding a bike, it's going for a run, it's doing more videos, doing more teaching, okay? Getting into that meditative state will help get you into that flow state of what Spirit has for you. The new creative projects that you're being called to begin now, you have the ideas of what's going on. And that Queen of Arrows, that swan, again, this is a court card. She's a nurturer. She knows, okay, what's happening within her realm, within her castle. She knows what's going on. And arrows being the error in the logic and the reasoning, okay, she's able to think things through. She's able to cut to the chase very quickly and put you on a path to swim in a different pond. Okay, that swan doesn't like to stay in the same place. She likes to move. Okay, so whatever projects that you have going forward, okay, those creative projects, you're developing them here. You're moving forward with them, okay? By staying in that flow state, okay, it's going to happen more quickly for you. And what is your highest intention for your spirituality? Look within. That's what the hooded man is calling about, okay? Look within see the light, understand where you're going, understand who you are, okay? And look into that soul. Look into the deepest recesses of where you're at, okay? And understand that when you reflect on where you've been and where you're going to, that's how you're going to be able to get that highest intention for your spirituality. So that's a new moon in Pisces spread. Again, you know, what dreams do you need to bring to life? Is that Knight of Vessels? Okay. The Nine of Arrows helps you with your imagination, being dedicated to meeting those dreams, being generous in your spirit to connect more deeply with your intuition, being in that meditative state, that flow state, to help, you know, the activities to come to you, as well as knowing that the Queen of Arrows is there to give you more creative projects moving forward. And as you start thinking about your own spirituality, you know, look within. Do some deep looking and see what that hooded man has for you. So that's the new moon in Pisces spread. This is D for the Spirit's Path. Leave your comments down below. Be interested to hear them. Thank you for your viewership. I do appreciate that. And hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. And we'll talk to you later. Enjoy the new moon, everybody.